Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We're going to get started in a few minutes. Okay, thank you everyone for joining for the next expert speaker series, Putting PLM and the Company Data to Work for Optimum Analysis and Decision Making, from Connor McNiff from VF Corp Vans Footwear. Okay, just a little overview we'll provide to you as far as PTC, oops, sorry about that, PTC user. Let me switch. So this is all about you, the user community. So how can you participate in our mission to support, educate, and advocate users? Well, it's all about you, right? You can become a speaker like Connor, share tips and tricks, participate in an upcoming panel session, send a short video, interact, network, etc. If you want to contribute, please feel free to contact me, Ron Watson. So what do we have coming up next? We've got LiveWorks. That's in just a few weeks. It's at the Boston Convention Center. If you want to join and you haven't yet, please use the PTC user 19. Again, that's PTC user 19 code. A lot of good reasons to attend. That code will get you the best price of any offer at the time. So by all means, we're here for you. We want to make sure that you get the most out of the experience at the best price. We also have, as part of the LiveWorks, for the first time this year on Monday, we have the Cad Pln Technical Day. Again, this will be focused on Cad and PLM content by some of our best presenters in our community. So you need to, however, have the all access pass and then register for the event. So you can't just show up for Monday. You have to have the all access pass, and you have to make sure your registration indicates that you're going to be participating. And this is, of course, as a courtesy as well, to make sure that we have the right facilities and food available. The technical committee meetings will happen after post-conference that Thursday afternoon. Then on Friday, we will have the working groups will have a readout session at PTC's new headquarters. Their beautiful headquarters on the river, the water along in Boston. It's really nice. I got a chance to visit there. So by all means, please participate. Flex PLM and NPM Link committees will have a full day on Monday. So, for those of you who are involved in the retail, you may, not have the CAD and PLM day, but you may be participating in the technical committees there. Lastly, the Integrity Symposium, for those of you who might be interested in integrity, that's going to happen on June 10th. That was announced, by PTC user. Again, participation is encouraged for that day as well. Now, the big day for us after LiveWorks is going to be coming up in the winter in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. We're at a beautiful resort, the Doubletree Resort, and we are not ready yet to register, but we are laying out the event, starting to lay out the content, the detailed logistics, etc. I had the opportunity to I was on vacation in Arizona last year and stopped by and toured this venue, and it's absolutely gorgeous. If you want to get away from winter, if you're in the north, it's a good place to be. and we'd love to have you again. Registration is pending, and we'll let you know when that's available. There will be a discounted rate for registering before September 1st. And finally, the PTC user portal redesign it continues. We're rolling the design. We have some new content, including the webinars. So if you go, you want to look at any of the previous webinars, just go to the webinars section. We've actually embedded the videos within it. The presentations, the static presentations are in a separate entry, but by all means, go back and review any of the content we have from the very beginning, and we're growing this content as we are today, so we appreciate that. I'd like to hand it over to Chris to do an introduction and our sponsor, Chameleon PLM, for this webinar. Chris, you could take over.
Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. It's Chris Karam from Chameleon PLM. I'm here with Suhail Karam, and just very briefly, we'll let Connor from Vans take over, but very briefly, we provide tools called Satellite, specifically designed for Flex PLM. We pull the data from Flex and push into all of these tools that you see here. The one Connor's going to be talking about is our Satellite tool, and then the others that you see on the screen as well. So I'll just let Connor take it from here.
Great, Chris. Thank you very much. Let me share my screen real quick. Perfect. All right, great. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for the introduction, Chris. My name is Connor McNiff, and I'm the PLM Analyst within Vans Footwear in their product development group. Just a quick overview, my main responsibilities as a PLM Analyst is the Flex end user experience and the product development group, as well as the integration and implementation of the Chameleon Satellite platform that Chris and Suhail run, kind of implementing that into our merchandising and product development processes. We've been using Chameleon full time since I started with Vans, which is about around last September of 2018. So we're still pretty new to the platform. We have had great success with the implementation since then. So I'm going to bring you through kind of what we've done at Vans, and before then, just do a quick overview of where we started. Okay, so anyone who signed up for this webinar has read the presentation statement, so I'll save you some time and not read through it. But we'll focus on those three kind of icons on the bottom right there. So raw data plus data manipulation tool equals improved processes and decision making. So at Vans right now, we are growing tremendously, and some of our internal processes they're hard to kind of catch up. So we're looking to really improve our efficiency and our internal processes. So like I said, we're growing tremendously, and as we continue our growth, we need to be more efficient with our processes as well as identify key areas of growth. So some of the things that we partnered with Chameleon to help achieve and obtain that growth. We've recognized a large effort within our departments of pulling data and circulating endless Excel sheets, as I'm sure many of you on this webinar do as well. So a goal moving forward was reduction of man hours needed to pull reports and have better organized data. So we look to utilize a tool that can extract PLM data, as well as incorporate off-system data sources that can improve our internal processes and decision making. So once again, focusing on those three icons on the bottom, raw data plus data manipulation tools equals improved processes and decision making. So this is a slide and a quote that I really like, and I think it kind of encompasses Vans' motivation in partnering with Chameleon PLM. So Kim Racine, our CFO at Vans Footwear, she spoke during our Global Strategy Day. She said, to continue our company's growth and financial success, we need more time analyzing our data and less time accessing it. As I said before, we've had endless man hours and effort in accessing our data. We really want to get rid of that and spend more of our time analyzing the data and identifying our growth targets and continuing our growth and financial success. So some of the things to achieve those goals, these are kind of like the three main goals that we have here at Vans. So number one is build our icons, promote newness. Number two is track development processes. And number three is grow and global influence in key regions. So how can Chameleon help us achieve that? So some of the things that we've been working with, so we had a need for reporting and analytics for global and regional merchandising teams. So for our icon management and pushing growth and progression. So we use Flex PLM attributes, bookings information, forecast information, as well as SKU counts. So that was our core need when partnering with Chameleon. So it was a merchandising function analyzing our icons. So number two, we need access to live product development data for quicker and more accurate decision making. For instance, we track our buy ready for our products within a product development season. So kind of like a checklist for our product development. Specifically, we use 3 Flex PLM attributes to help track, but Chameleon PLM helps organize that data into nice, pretty graphs and charts, so we're able to track the progress of all of our products and colorways within a development season. And then number 3, we're looking for a centralized location for business reporting tools with ease of access for all users. So pretty much a one-stop shop for product data and analytics. And then overall, we're looking for an easy, clean dashboard for our users, to create happy end users. So yeah, just an easy overall process with clean and organized data. So moving forward, I'm going to bring you through about 6 or 7 specific functions of the Chameleon PLM tool that we use at Vans. I think it's relevant for this webinar. So I'm going to go through a couple of slides right here. I'm going to be flipping in and out actually into the tool and giving you pretty much a walkthrough / demo of what we use and what our end users use as well. So yeah, if any questions, please wait to the end and we'll be able to kind of flip back on any topics anyone has wants to touch on. All right, great. So moving to personalized dashboards. Now, the thing I love about Chameleon PLM is that each user has a personalized dashboard. So when they log it right into the tool, they have a preset page built directly for them. So all this information is personalized to them. I can show you in a second, but it's just, once they log in, it's right to their business, right to their information. Let's see here. Perfect. All right, so this is an example of a dashboard. Now you're looking at my specific dashboard, so it kind of encompasses a lot of the business that Vans has. So it's not a specific user. But you can kind of get a gauge of what we're looking at here. So this is like I said, the dashboard. You have reports and charts built out right on the dashboard. We have 9 slots available for any of the users. So pretty much whatever information they need to help track their business, we can put on these dashboards right here. One thing that the user is kind of assigned to is specific roles. So like I said, I'm in an executive role. I'd like to see the entire business, but let's say I was a kids classics merchandiser.
Hey, Connor, we can't see your dashboard.
We can't see your
Oh, okay.
screen.
Let's see here. How about now? How are we looking?
Yeah, perfect.
All right, great. Sorry about that, everyone. All right, so I'll recircle here. So this is a screenshot or pretty much a view of our dashboard. So within here, we have 9 slots available for graphs and charts for the specific user. So we have a lot of flexibility to show what specifically the users want to track. So you're seeing a couple of my charts talking to bookings and SKU counts and such, but they really have the option to create whatever they want on this dashboard. And speaking to user access, let's just say I was a kids classics merchandiser. I would love to just pull up, let's see here. So this is a great example. So when I'm the kids classics merchandiser for Vans, she logs in and this is the exact page that she can view. So personalized information, she doesn't have to export or filter or do anything like that. This is the information built for her right when she logs into the tool. So I think it's pretty cool in that sense. And now she can also access any other roles as well by just clicking down into that right there. One of the great things about these graphs is that they're dynamic. You can click into the charts and see the specific information available. So for instance, I clicked into that bookings chart. Now you can see the data representing that one bar chart, which I believe was bookings for 2018. Mimics Flex PLM line sheet, so it's pretty much familiar with the users that use Flex as well. And then you also have dynamic filters, which I can touch on a little bit in a second. So yeah, pretty cool when it comes to the dashboards, personalized information, dynamic click in and out. You're able to click in and out of season, so pretty user friendly. So that's dashboards and or the homepage in a nutshell. All right, let me go back to the PowerPoint. Great, so season analysis. One of the things I really like about Chameleon PLM is that they're able to break out individual season analysis and then also specifically for Vans, colorway analysis. So if you want to look at your analytics or reporting within one season, you can go to a season. If you want to look season over season or year over year, you can also do that as well. So right now we're going to be focusing on season analysis where we can identify one season and the numbers and analytics behind that one season. So like I said, identifying data within a product development season, ideal for isolating seasonal data without year-over-year analysis. Great, so I'm going to go to the seasons page right here within the tool. All right, so now you can see all seasonal data available that's currently in Flex PLM. So one example I'd like to choose is Fall 19. This is one of our working seasons right now. A couple of different things you can do from this tab right here. You can go into Global Analysis Bookings. Now this encompasses all bookings within Fall 19. So I'm going to pull up a quick example. And you can see as kind of like a one-click button has been a huge win for our teams, in that they can kind of click this and they can have bookings by icons, as you can see under the style column, in one click. So it kind of prevents them from having to go in and pulling multiple Excel line sheets and filtering and doing all that. It's kind of a one-click page. So we have bookings by global and by region. So these forms have actually been used for our internal meetings as well. So one click, easy to use, easy to read. And then all these reports, which I'll touch on as we continue to walk through the tool, can be exported in a PDF or an Excel sheet. Very easy for merchandisers to use. So pretty cool aspect of the seasonal tab. Furthermore, you can go into the season without just looking at bookings. And what Chris and Sukhiel did for Vans has been great. They created multiple tabs, different ways to slice and dice the data within the tool, as you can see here. So we kind of gave the merchandisers or any teams that use Chameleon PLM tool a lot of different options depending on what they want to view. Touching on tracking product development status, this is our Buy Ready homepage that we use to work with our factories overseas. So they populate Flex PLM data, and we're able to track Buy Ready status, yes or no, by a couple of different attributes within here. So one of the cool things that I worked with Chris and Sukhiel on, a win within our product development group as well. So one thing I do want to give a call out, we have a couple of different reports being able to kind of personalize to specific groups. As you can see, we have classics, merchandising, active, and then action sports as well. Some of these tabs for some people who aren't tech savvy can be a little daunting. So we were able to condense and personalize the data as well. So just giving you one specific example of classics, broken down the tabs. So we have specific attributes and analysis for them. So once again, personalizing the data, making the data accessible and not overwhelming, I think is one thing I like to call out. A great thing about accessing full company data within Chameleon PLM is being able to match Flex PLM data with other company data sources or other data sources. So for instance, one of the things that we don't necessarily extract from PLM are margin analysis and then month-to-month bookings and then also demand planning forecasts. So that's something we identified within Vans as a need to be able to track and also match with our PLM data. So one of the things we did, I'll go back to our Fall 19 example, is work with Chris and Sukhiel and being able to upload off-system data sources into Chameleon that we can mash and kind of go from reporting and analytics from there. So for here, I really want to call out, like I said, the month-to-month bookings. I've put in a couple of different line sheets right here that have been uploaded into the satellite tool, and this is a kind of one chart, but we're able to extract this data from this sheet, combine it with our Flex PLM data and create the analysis that the merchandisers or whatever teams may need. We also were able to do that with margin analysis, and then we're working to do demand planning forecasts as well. So 3 separate data sources that we're able to upload into the system and kind of work from there, which has been a huge win for us. Sorry, everyone's just working on going back to the PowerPoint. All right, great. So touched on the off-system data solutions. Now I want to talk about the Colorways tab. So the Colorways tab is really a way to mimic kind of Flex PLM line sheet with a little bit more flexibility and data manipulation as well. So yeah, beyond the traditional line sheet, and we can create different analysis for multiple different teams. So I'm going to flip back to the tool and talk a little bit more about that. Great, so this is the Colorways tab. Now, this is a complete extract of all PLM data at the colorway level. Are we having difficulty seeing the screen? All right, great. So yeah, this is an extract of all PLM data within for Vans footwear at the colorway level. So as you can see, we have all the different seasons within PLM up here to the left. We really have an opportunity to filter on whatever you want. We have the dynamic filters on the side right here. Just for example, we have seasons, we have product line keys, so we're able to identify by users. This will also be personalized depending on what user role you're in. We have the product development key and the global key story. So these are also can be personalized depending on what report or what user function you're rolled in. But once again, this is supposed to mimic a Flex line sheet, a good way to kind of manipulate and export and manage your colorways and your data. One of the big wins that we've had here at Vans has been this visual line plan PDF. One of the pain points that was expressed by merchandisers is the creation of visual assortments. It took a lot of time at our milestone meeting, so we were looking for a way for a one-click opportunity to extract that data and make it easier for our merchandisers. So I have one pulled up. Just for instance, we're going to filter on Spring 19 and then Kids Classics. And then I had one just for the sake of time. This would be the PDF being generated. So you have some analytics based on the number of colorways that you filtered on. And then here is the PDF right here. So a really big win. These are now used as internal documents being shared at our milestone meetings. And even within our EMEA group.
Connor, we don't see the PDF.
Oh, sorry. Going back and forth. Do you see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Sorry, everyone. All right, so yeah, this is the PDF right here. So these are based on the number of colorways that you exported. You have your analytical data up top, and then these are this is the PDF scrolling down. So really nice PDF, really easy to kind of export. Yeah, big win for our merchandisers, easy to export, and then they use it in our internal milestone meetings. And yeah, this is a big win. So actually within our EMEA group, we've updated some of the information underneath here, and they've used it for consumer-facing documents for sell-in as well. So they were actually really excited about this document. Really easy for them to manage and to use it as sell-in tools. Okay, going back to the Colorways tab, want to touch on a couple of reports and charts. We're able to kind of organize and manage specific reports for individual teams. You know, as we're growing with the Chameleon tool, we've implemented and onboarded more teams rather than just the merchandising function onto Chameleon. So we're able to kind of create specific analysis and reports for them. So just to give you a specific example, you know, we have our EMEA group, we have our SMU group as well. And then going all the way to the end, we have MPI, New Product Initiative team that we've onboarded and created analysis for them. So really, we're able to kind of unlock the ability of the Colorways tab and the analytics behind that and try and help as many teams as possible. Okay, moving forward. Great. So we talked about the VLP. It really is a time-saving miracle. Big round of applause from the merchandisers, which was great. So next I want to talk about is the ad drop change report. Now, this has been a huge unlock for us as we're starting to reach out to multiple different teams within Vans. So from a regional and global perspective. So the ad drop change report really is trying to solve a disconnect between our regional and global teams. So if the global teams make changes within a week, it was hard for regional merchandising and or customer service or any other team that really needs to know what has changed over the past week. That's kind of automated that process. So we've worked to create a report that kind of that tracks and captures all the changes, the ads, drops, and changes, as the report says, within a week. Okay, so I have one pulled up right here. Give me 1 second. Great. So this is the report that's actually automated and sent out every week. We have a couple of different reports being sent out. So this is an example of our global report being sent out. Once again, this is all automated, which is perfect for our group. So we have one going out on Friday at 6 p.m. every week. And then we have one going out Monday morning to our mega group for them to track the changes. So this goes out to about 275 people every week who need to know the changes made from a global perspective. So this has been great. Once again, taking workload off of other people within our product development world. So automated process, that's been a huge win for us. So it was great for us. All right, great. And kind of finishing up, wrapping up here. I just kind of wanted to talk about where we were with Chameleon, where we are now, and where we are going. So at first, we were at a need for a merchandising-focused reporting and analytics tool. The merchandising team needed something to rely on when it comes to reporting and analytics. So that's where the immediate solve was for Chameleon PLM. Where we are now, as we're growing, we're uploading more functionality and onboarding more teams. We're a globally influenced platform for reporting and process solutions. So really kind of managing all kind of data sources and processes, at least we're getting to that. And then what we hope to do is kind of build on that a little bit more, a one-stop shop for Vans product and development data. So looking to really have more of our internal processes, our product development processes, flow through Flex PLM and then Chameleon PLM for reporting and analytics. And then furthermore, just kind of finishing up, I did like to talk about this support tab. I think some of the things, as I got familiar with the PLM tool, the Chameleon PLM tool, is really just trying to understand the system and trying to figure out kind of some of the nuances. I just want to call out that this support tab really talks to Chris and Suhio as business partners. They do a really great job trying to help you as much as possible. If there's any bug or situation or question, comment, concern, they're right there. They respond extremely quickly. So this has been a great opportunity for me to kind of walk or crawl, then walk within the tool and be a resource for Chameleon PLM. So, but the support tab has been great. Kind of encompasses the support they provide within all these different tabs I touched upon previously. All right, great. I'm moving a little fast here. I apologize for that, but just kind of wanted to wrap up. Those are the kind of the 6 or 7 topics within Chameleon PLM that Vans uses. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, and any comments moving forward, after our Q&A, I just want to provide my email at the end here. So yeah, just wrapping up, just wanted to say thanks.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Great presentation. Fascinating stuff, especially in my experience has not been around PLM. I'm sorry, retail PLM. So learned a lot, Connor. I did send a quick announcement out. I failed to do it at the beginning, but we're gonna run this Q&A session via the chat, the question and answer window. I think it's more efficient that way than opening up the phones. And I see there's questions coming in. And so what I'll do is I'll read the question, and then Connor, if you could answer it, we'd appreciate it, and then we'll make this available to everybody as well. So the first question comes in, says, thanks for the demo with appropriate, a couple of questions. So question number one, does Chameleon PLM have the same rules around accessing data as Flex PLM or whatever PLM solution the tool is connected to? For example, query limit caps on a line sheet.
Yeah, I'd actually love to bring in Suhail on this one, as he could probably speak to it a little bit better than I can.
Hi. No, there's no limit. As Connor was showing you, you had every single season on his line sheet that he showed you the Colorways line sheet.
Excuse me, can you come closer to the mic? We're having trouble hearing you.
Okay, how about now?
Better, yes, thank you.
Okay, so there's no limit on the query. The queries are dynamic, so everything shows. If you had 500,000 records, they will show up automatically on your report. And like Connor was showing, you had multiple seasons. The line sheet contained multiple seasons in one line sheet, so there's no limit on that list of data from the line sheet or any other, like materials or BOM, bill of materials or something like that. Does that answer the question? Then you have, can you connect data from other systems into this tool, like from an assortment or enterprise planning tool? Yes, the tool, Chameleon PLM, has connectivity to multiple other systems. I think we support about 300, the system supports about 300 different systems, including SAP and other tools from Excel all the way going up to other ERP and specific solutions systems that are out there in the market.
Yeah, just to follow up with that, I mean, I think it's a good question. Your partnership, because this is PTC, these people are PTC user. Your PTC partnership is strong, as well as with the PTC user community. Is that correct?
Yes.
Good. Excellent. So next question, again, from Alice. Alice, excellent questions. How does your merchandising team feel about using a separate system in order to do their data analysis? Have you used any of the reporting tools within Flex PLM in the past?
For us, no, we have not used any of the reporting tools from Flex. I think in Vans specifically, and I don't want to badmouth my team here, but we do not have a very tech-savvy merchandising group. And I don't think a lot of our members want to be tech-savvy, to be quite honest with you. So we're looking for an easy platform, easy access, easy readability. So that's why Chameleon PLM was so appealing to us. We had an opportunity to present, a demo of the platform to our merchandisers, and they loved it. They love the fact that they can just log into their platform, their dashboard, and they have their information right there. I work, majority of my day is spent with trying to understand the headwinds that the merchandising group experience. And then or Chris and Suhail build out the functionality of the reports for them. So to answer your question, they do not have an issue with going into Chameleon PLM to access their data. They really appreciate the opportunity to just log in and access whatever analysis they need for whatever meeting they have at ease to their workload.
Good, excellent. Excellent, thank you. Next question, again, we kind of touched on this, but let's make sure we have answered this. What version of Flex PLM is Vans on? And maybe an appropriate question is what does the Chameleon PLM support as far as Windchill?
So I'll just jump in real quick. Vans is on 11.1, so that's VF in general. So yeah, we're on 11.1. One of the things actually I did want to touch on and why Chameleon is really relevant to Vans and to VF in general is that so Vans is part of a multi-brand license within PLM. So we don't really have the ability to really customize without affecting a lot of other brands. So that's why we utilize Chameleon for I guess the flexibility and the data manipulation at needs. And then with that being said, I'd like to transfer over to Sukhiel to answer what Chameleon PLM can support.
Yeah, currently, like Connor said, they have the latest version of Flex PLM. The Chameleon can connect to any version from 5.0 or 9.0 and up to the latest versions today. There are some changes. Each version has a different interface. The latest one had a new interface to it, more kind of like a REST API. So we were able to connect to that. And the older versions are basically, the line sheets are more JSP centric, so we can connect to that too. Basically, that's without any customization. So there's no need for any customizations when you connect your system, the satellite Chameleon PLM, into Flex. It's a plug and play, and you're connected basically.
Excellent, excellent. Great answer, great question. I'm going to jump over. Some people have had asked questions in the chat window, so I'm going to jump over to that. We're getting a lot of great questions, so let me jump over to here. So again, thanks for the demo. Is Vans doing any editing of attributes that live in the Chameleon satellite only?
Yes, actually, that's a great question, and I think that's one of the bigger wins we've had with Chameleon PLM. And I hope I'm understanding the question correctly. We've actually been able to create new attributes within Chameleon PLM to help track specific analysis, especially for our merchandising function. So just to give you a quick example, we don't track our packs of styles by an attribute in Flex. Instead, we have it as a parentheses within our colorway description. As you can imagine, that can be kind of a pain. So we worked with Sukhiel, and he was able to write us an equation to extract the pack within that parentheses within the colorway description, and that creates a brand new attribute within Chameleon PLM that we can track by pack now. And that is huge because now we can filter and group and sort within our VLPs. So that creates cleaner, organized VLPs that we use in our milestone meetings. And that's one of the actual many attribute solves, I guess, that we've used in Chameleon PLM. For instance, we've been able to break out our customer attribute for our SMU team, so we can have domestic and international. We were able to organize by that NPI, the new product initiative function. So we actually utilize new attributes or like kind of attribute flexibility to a certain extent within Chameleon PLM.
Good. And just to follow up, anything specific with Excel data?
I guess I would, Excel data for me, the majority of what I focus of that all system data source has been that those monthly bookings, the monthly booking tracking. So we're able to kind of track month to month as well as margin analysis. So those are brand new, I guess, data fields that we're uploading. So those don't exist in Flex PLM. So, if we have business percentage or business breakout for margin analysis, that would be brand new information being uploaded into Chameleon, as well as referring back to the bookings. We have by month, which isn't in Flex PLM, so we're able to track by month instead of seasonal initial delivery date or something like that. Those are brand new data attributes being uploaded into Chameleon PLM.
Very good. Good. I'll jump back to the Q&A now, and we'll bounce back and forth. So has organizing the information like this led to feedback to your product design improvements?
We have not implemented Chameleon PLM to our design group. It's been very merchandising, development, and global demand planning, forecasting heavy. I think the biggest win for us is, like I said, the VLP. So those documents are being shared at our milestone meetings, but they don't influence our design group very much at all. They still kind of do their own processes, and then they'll just get together and meet at the milestone meetings and use the VLPs for whatever analysis they need, if that answers the question.
Okay, good, good. So another question, so are you replicating data from other systems other than PLM into the Chameleon Data Repository?
As of right now, no, we are not. But moving forward, that's something we are definitely looking at. We're looking to hopefully connect. We have a allocation system that our sourcing team uses over in Asia. We would really like to one day integrate that system as well, so we can use our bookings and forecast information to help give them a better understanding earlier in the product development season for allocation. So that's something we have on the radar. We're also looking to hopefully implement SAP and or Cognos data for bookings and forecasts. So just a little bit more real-time bookings rather than just production numbers. We're looking for maybe invoices and pre-book data as well, so to give our teams more information rather than just merchandising focused production bookings. So those are the two systems that we're looking moving forward to hopefully integrate within the Chameleon PLM tool.
Okay, good, good, great question. This is another one relevant to I think we've touched on this a little bit, but just make sure we covered it. So how are you uploading, merging data from sources outside of Flex?
Suhil, if you don't mind jumping in on this one, I'd love to have you guys explain that, the FTP server process.
Yeah, sure. There's several ways. There's several ways we can upload. Today, Vans, they're uploading only Excel, and the way they do it, they would attach an Excel document. Their approach is to attach an Excel document into the Chameleon, and then automatically the system will parse that data and puts it and relate it to all of the products based on a key that they provide. There are several ways to upload. We really don't need to upload the data. We can sync it and link it outside the system. So instead of replicating the data into the system, we have ability to sync by having either an Excel or a database or any other systems out of the mentioned, like there were 300 systems there, to connect directly to the system, and based on a key, keep syncing. So if things change into the other system, like if you had an Excel on a FTP site or any other system and the data changes there, it automatically shows whatever attributes has been mapped into satellite. They will show up into the system as a viewable, no editable data. So there are several ways depending on the customer needs and what they feel most comfortable and where they want to go with that.
Great, great, thank you. So next question. So is there a way to interact with the data directly in Chameleon PLM? For example, can it pull Skews costing attributes and allow a user to do a what-if analysis?
That would be no. So I think the biggest thing for Vans merchandiser is that it's like a one-way data stream. So Chameleon PLM will pull the data from Flex PLM every 30 minutes, and any kind of analysis done within Chameleon will not be transferred over back into Flex PLM. And what I mean by that is that really there is no data manipulation in the tool per se. Any manipulation needed to be done will have to be exported via PDF or Excel sheet for any kind of manipulation needed by the user.
Okay, good, good, thank you. Another question regarding ERP, in this case, Oracle ERP. I know you mentioned SAP. So the question is, will it integrate with Oracle?
Yes. You mind jumping in on this one?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it does interface with Oracle ERP as well as other multiple ERP system and CRM systems. It's a connector that's available out of the box.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Is Is the REST API relevant for version 11.0 of PLM? So I'm not sure you understand that question. I'm not sure I fully, but
yeah, this is more for PTC, but from our experience, it's a powerful, its ability to make it's an approach by PTC to make it a little bit more user-friendly and flexible, and load the data in more, load the data in chunks rather than have the whole line sheet. Like somebody asked the limitations on the line sheet data. Is there a limit on the queue, on the query? So the REST API helped with that. From our perspective, it's kind of like the access is a little bit different, but.
So it's fair to, as far as this, it's whatever PTC supports as far as the REST API you'll support. Is that correct?
As of today, yes.
Okay, good. I know there's limitations. We've had struggles with REST with 11.0. Doesn't have everything we need. So good. That great. Glad I have all these smart people answer these questions. All right, next question here. Does Chameleon PLM use PTC's new interface tool, TRC? I don't know if that means navigate, ThingWorks.
I think that's a ThingWorks Retail Connector stands for.
Okay.
And no, we do not use the TRC tool, interface tool from PTC today. We connect. We have our own connectors into the Flex PLM system.
Okay, good. So Timothy, you asked that question. Maybe you can get feedback to the technical committee if that's a requirement you have. You can reach out to any of us and we'll point you in the right direction. So next question here, does it support DAX?
I'm not sure what is DAX myself. I'm not familiar with DAX.
Yeah, I'm not either. So Mikal, if you could maybe in the chat window just type in anything that would give us a hint what that is. A lot of acronyms in this world. Especially in the English language. So, okay, next question. So are you replicating data from other systems, other PLM, into Chameleon Data Repository? I think you touched on this, but if you can follow up, Connor.
No, we are not. We're not replicating any data. I think that would touch upon like that mashing. I think a function that Chameleon is really good at. So we'll take colorway information. We have material numbers, product description, colorway description, and then we can assign those new data sources that I kind of touched upon. So the margin analysis and plus monthly bookings or whatever or other data sources that we need. Take those new attributes and then just tie it to the current attributes in Chameleon PLM that we extract from Flex PLM. So there is no replication in that sense. We're just tying it to unique identifiers within the product description and the colorway data, if that answers the question.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, a couple more questions left here, getting toward the end, so good timing. When uploading information, have you had any data integrity issues with multiple users and sources?
No, we have not actually. I think it's good in the sense that I kind of manage the data sources being uploaded. It's really not overwhelming by any means. We have a good kind of cadence of delivery and uploading, so there has been an opportunity to make sure the numbers align and things like that. We have not had any issues with users coming back and saying, hey, these numbers don't match up or these bookings look off. We've had actually really good track record of data accuracy. I think that's more of like an internal process of just making sure the information being uploaded is validated and things like that. But for every upload that we've had in Chameleon PLM, it's been smooth and streamless, and we've had no issues with uploading external sources and with matching the data that we have in Chameleon PLM from Flex PLM.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, Mikhail, thank you for getting back to us. So DAX stands for Data Analysis Expressions. And so does it support this programming language that enables calculated attributes and measures? So
Okay, Mikhail. I'm not sure if DAX is a specific programming language, but Chameleon itself supports all of the capabilities of building formulas, functions. It doesn't have heavy analytics function. It has max, mins. It have several functions in order to do mathematics and computations and averages and divisions. There might be a lot more in the DAX programming language, a lot more analytics, so it does not support that out of the box.
Okay. Excellent, excellent. Thank you for all the questions everyone sent in. No more. I see no more coming in right now, either in the chat or in the Q&A. So we'll, and we're just about at the end of the hour. So I want to thank Connor and the team here from Chameleon PLM for sponsoring this event. I think it was an excellent exchange. I learned a lot, and I'm definitely not a retail person, but I feel a lot more knowledgeable now. So for all of you, again, this webinar will be within give it a few days to a week. It will be posted up on our portal and available to you to review or to forward. Again, to access it, all you need to do is join PTC user. It's free, and then you can share it with anyone as long as they are a member. So again, thank you all. I wish you all a rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you at the next webinar. Thank you. Take care.